The story kicks off with a girl named Lucy, who was seen riding a horse through the city. Her dream was to get admission into Imperial College, but that college only allowed boys to study. Until then, there was never a single female student in that institution. Still, Lucy had made a firm decision that she would study there and become the first female student. Then the scene shifted to Yoon, who was sitting in his carriage while his assistant was driving. Just then, a girl named Jenny appeared in front of them, and a man threw a stone at the horse. Because of that, the horse started running wildly. The assistant informed Yoon that this was the third time in the same month that their horse went crazy. Seeing the young lady approaching, he warned that she might get into danger. Yoon coldly replied that if that was the case, they should just run her over. The assistant was shocked and asked what he was saying, insisting that it couldn't be done because she was the only daughter of Grand Tutor Song. Jenny saw the carriage wasn't stopping and got scared. Just when the carriage was about to hit her, Lucy came in and saved her. Lucy assumed that the horse had gone out of control, so she jumped onto the carriage, pushed the assistant off and stopped it. She told Yoon that she had stopped the carriage and asked if he was okay. She then tried to look inside the carriage to see who was sitting inside, but Yoon didn't let her. This made Lucy feel like someone strange was sitting inside. Jenny got angry and shouted at Lucy, blaming her for ruining her hair. Lucy commented that there was a strange man inside and a crazy girl outside, and it seemed like neither of them knew how to say thanks. Jenny questioned who Lucy even was for her to thank her. Lucy replied sharply that the same way she saved her easily, she could also hurt her easily. Yoon, who was sitting inside, listened to everything quietly. Jenny's maid stepped in and asked Lucy if she even knew whom she was speaking to. Revealing that Jenny was the only daughter of Grand Tutor Song and that she should speak with respect, Lucy replied fearlessly that it didn't matter even if she was Grand Tutor Song's daughter. She wasn't afraid of anyone, and introduced herself as Lucy, daring them to do whatever they wanted. On hearing her name, Yoon came out and kept looking at her. Lucy asked him if he was staring at her and if he wanted to say thanks, then said there was no need, as helping others was her job. Yoon didn't say anything and just kept looking at her, which made Lucy wonder if the man was mute. Then she walked away. Yoon smiled as she left, as if he recognized her. Later, Lucy met her friend Jo at a restaurant and they were having lunch together. Yoon also arrived at the same restaurant to meet an old friend. When Jo asked Lucy why she returned, she said she came back to study at Imperial College. Jo reminded her that only boys were allowed to study there and asked how she would do it. Lucy told him not to worry and said she knew how to get into the college. Lucy once had an elder brother who was now deceased. He too had wanted to study at Imperial College and wanted Lucy to do the same, which was why she now aimed to fulfill that dream. While they were still talking, loud noises came from outside, and when Lucy stepped out she saw Jenny. Both were shocked to see each other again. Jenny started speaking very rudely to Lucy. Jo intervened and requested Jenny to speak politely, because Lucy was the daughter of the Grand Commandant. Jenny responded arrogantly that Lucy was just a girl who had spent her whole life in the frontier fortress and didn't know the rules and regulations of the city. She claimed Lucy embarrassed her in front of her future husband. Yoon heard this too, and his friend laughed, asking since when was Jenny calling him her future husband, and when was the wedding. From their conversation it became clear that Yoon knew Lucy's brother. The thing is that a waiter made a small mistake and Jenny was about to punish him, but Lucy stopped her. Jenny asked what her problem was and told her not to ruin her mood, after already ruining her hair. Lucy said she didn't even know what plan she ruined, but if Jenny let the waiter go, she would help her with whatever she wanted. Jenny refused the help and challenged Lucy instead, telling her to give Yoon her pouch. If she lost, she would have to dance on the restaurant's stage and entertain the customers. If she won, Jenny promised to apologize in front of everyone and never trouble her again. After Jenny left, Yoon, who overheard everything, wondered what kind of weird bets these girls kept making. Lucy asked Jo where she could find Yoon to give him a pouch. Jo warned her that she was going to lose, because getting Yoon's pouch was nearly impossible. Just then, Yoon entered the restaurant, surprising them both. Lucy commented on the coincidence that they met twice in one day, and requested Yoon to accept her pouch in exchange for his. Jo explained to her that giving someone your pouch meant having feelings for them. Lucy was startled, and clarified that she had no such feelings for Yoon and requested him not to misunderstand. They had a long conversation, where Lucy tried hard to make him take the pouch, but Yoon refused and left. Later, Lucy begged her father multiple times to speak to the king and ask for permission for her to study at Imperial College. After much convincing, her father finally agreed and got her the permission. At Imperial College, Yoon, who was the deputy head, received the approval letter. The teachers were shocked to know that a girl would be studying there. Most of them opposed the idea and said girls should not be allowed in the college. Yun, however, didn't think the same. He defended Lucy and tried to make them understand that there was nothing wrong in letting her study there. Still, the teachers refused to agree and demanded that Lucy should be tested first. If she passed the entrance exam, only then would she be allowed to study. The teachers weren't ready to give in, so Yun himself had to agree to take the matter forward. When Lucy found out about the exam conditions, she got angry with the teachers. Zhou helped her prepare, explaining the types of questions the teachers might ask. Lucy studied hard and cleared every exam, except one final test, which Young would take. When she saw Yun at Imperial College, she was surprised and asked if he was also a student. She was shocked to learn that he was the deputy head of the college. Lucy thought for a moment, and said now she understood. First he threw away her pouch, and now he wanted to throw her out of the college too. That's why the test was arranged. She declared confidently that no matter what he did, he wouldn't be able to stop her from studying there. Yun took her exam and she passed that too. Lucy successfully cleared all the entrance tests and was finally allowed to study at Imperial College. When all the students of the college came to know that a girl was going to study there from now on, they were left surprised. Since she was going to be the first female student of the college, she was given a grand welcome. Lucy tried to give her pouch to Yun as a gift, but her plan didn't succeed. Yun accepted the pouch but passed it on to his assistant instead. It was Lucy's first day at college, and from the very beginning, she kept trying multiple times to make Yun take her pouch, but she failed every single time. When she entered her class, all the students started staring at her. Among them was a student named Xiaolin who tried to talk to Lucy, but she didn't respond to him at all. Zhao came into the class, since he was also a student there. Xiaolin asked Zhao why he entered their class, and he replied that from now on he would be studying in the same class. Xiaolin expressed confusion and asked why Zhao left class Sky to join class Hello, even though he was an intelligent student. Zhou didn't say much, and simply told Lucy that he came to be her classmate, which made her very happy. At that moment, a student came and informed Zhou that the deputy head had called for him. When Zhao went to meet Yun, Yun asked him the same questions Xiaolin had asked earlier. Zhou explained that since Lucy was the first female student in the college, he wanted to stay near her for a while, to make sure she didn't face any trouble, as she was his friend. In the end, Zhao managed to convince Yun and was allowed to stay in class Hello. Sometime later, Lucy went to meet Yun, and saw that he was about to tie a noose around his neck. She ran over and pushed him off the table and asked why he was trying to commit suicide. Yun's assistant, who was present in the room, told Lucy that Yun wasn't committing suicide, he was just investigating a case. Yun asked her what she was doing there, and Lucy replied that she hadn't seen him for a long time and missed him, so she came to meet him. Yun told her she should focus on her studies and told her to leave. As she was leaving, she left her pouch there. Yun noticed it and pointed it out to her, but Lucy quietly walked away. Later she met Zhao, who asked her where she went. Lucy told him she had gone to meet Yun and accidentally revealed that Yun was tying a noose. Zhao was shocked and asked if Yun really tried to commit suicide. A nearby student overheard their conversation and, without knowing the full truth, spread the rumor throughout the school that the deputy head had attempted suicide. When Yun heard this, he became extremely angry and assumed that it must have happened because of Lucy. After a while, Yun called Lucy to meet him and closed the door, which made Lucy nervous about what he was going to do. Yun asked her what he needed to do to make her stop bothering him. Lucy said it was very simple. He should just accept her pouch, and she would behave like a good student and never trouble him again. Yun asked if she was serious, and Lucy assured him that she never went back on her words. Yun agreed and said that if she gave him her pouch at that moment, he would accept it. Lucy was surprised and asked if he was joking. Yun reminded her that he was the deputy head of the college and said that he didn't joke, but he would only accept it if she gave it right then. He added that this was her only chance. Lucy quickly tried to give him her pouch, but she couldn't find it. She said she had it when she arrived but didn't know where it went. Yun repeated that he had told her it was her only chance, and now that she missed it, she shouldn't bother him anymore. He told her to go and focus on her studies. Lucy walked away, thinking about where her pouch disappeared. Actually, when Yun had gone to close the door, he secretly stole Lucy's pouch. Sometime later, Yun asked his assistant to place the pouch back in Lucy's drawer without letting anyone notice. The assistant didn't know where Lucy sat in class, so Yun pointed it out. But the assistant got confused and put the pouch in Xiaolin's drawer instead. When Xiaolin entered the class and saw the pouch, he was surprised. His friends teased him by saying the pouch belonged to Lucy, which meant she liked him and gave it to him. Xiaolin became very happy. During class, Xiaolin kept staring at Lucy, which made her feel confused. After class, one student gave a letter to Lucy from Xiaolin which asked her to meet him on the college field. Lucy couldn't understand why he wanted to meet. In the college field, Xiaolin was happily waiting. Later, Lucy arrived and Yoon also arrived with his assistant. Xiaolin told Lucy that she must like him because she had placed her pouch in his drawer. When Yoon heard this, he got very angry at his assistant and walked away with him. Lucy noticed this and thought that maybe Yoon had placed the pouch there. Lucy told Xiaolin that she never put the pouch in his drawer and didn't have any feelings for him. All the classmates who were hiding nearby heard this, which made Xiaolin embarrassed, in front of everyone. Lucy walked up to Yoon and asked if he was the one who stole her pouch. Yoon looked at his assistant, who ran away making up an excuse. Yoon admitted to Lucy that he stole her pouch because he didn't want to accept it. He said many things that made Lucy furious, and Yoon walked away pretending to be upset. The next day, Xiaolin made a plan with a few other students to throw Lucy into the water, because he had been humiliated because of her. But the plan failed and Lucy pushed Xiaolin into the water instead and felt very happy. At that moment Yoon arrived and became very angry at all the students. He ordered everyone to return to class. To take revenge, Lucy tried to push Yoon into the water, but she almost slipped. Yoon caught her, but she accidentally pulled him along, and both fell into the water. When they came out, Yoon was about to scold Lucy, but she said he could catch a cold and should be careful with his health as he was the deputy head. She told him to quickly change his clothes and scold her later. Yoon, still angry, walked away. After he left, a few students from class Black tried to bully Lucy, but their plan failed. Lucy warned them not to try it again, or they would face the consequences. Yoon changed his clothes and his assistant brought him soup. Yoon drank the soup and asked Wang about Lucy's condition. Wang informed him that Lucy was fine and that she had sent the soup, saying that Yoon looked weak and might catch a cold, which was why she had sent it. After hearing this, Yoon became even angrier at Lucy. At that moment, a teacher came to inform Yoon that some students from class Black had complained that Lucy had bullied them, and something had to be done about it. But Yoon defended Lucy and told the teacher that this was a matter between students and they would handle it on their own, so the teacher shouldn't worry. After the teacher left, Wang asked Yoon why he defended Lucy when he was clearly angry at her. Wang said it looked like Yoon had forgiven her. Yoon replied that he only defended her so that he could personally teach her a lesson. The next day, Yoon came to teach class Hello students. He was teaching them how to conduct a crime investigation, and every time, he made Lucy play the dead body, which made her extremely frustrated. She figured out that Yoon was doing it on purpose. After the class ended, Lucy was seen sitting in a corner talking to a dog. She told the dog that her brother once spoke about a friend named White, and he used to say that just like he protected her, White would protect her too. She believed that if she could find White, he would help her teach Yoon a lesson, who always troubled her. Yoon happened to be passing by and overheard everything she said. He then asked her what she was doing there. Lucy replied by asking if, since he had been in the college for a long time, he knew her brother Song Ho and his friend White. In his mind, Yoon started thinking that if Lucy found out he was White, then how would he maintain discipline over her in the future? So, without answering her question, he simply told her to go to class, and she left. After that, an archery class was held in class Hello. Xiaolin was practicing archery when his horse suddenly went out of control. Lucy tried to save him and jumped onto the horse, attempting to bring it under control but couldn't do it. At that very moment, Yoon arrived, mounted the horse and successfully calmed it down. Yoon saved her, which surprised Lucy, and she kept looking at him. Since Lucy saved Xiaolin, their ongoing dispute came to an end. Xiaolin thanked her and promised not to trouble her again. She also became friends with her other classmates. Later, Yoon was helping a friend with an investigation. He carefully checked the house, and the officers took away all the evidence they found. While discussing the case with his friend, Yoon noticed someone was secretly watching him. He followed that person, who ran toward Lucy's house and opened a window to escape. When Yoon noticed the open window, he assumed the person went inside and followed through the same window. It turned out to be Lucy's bathroom where she was taking a bath. Seeing Yoon in front of her, she screamed loudly. She asked him why he came there. Yoon asked if she would believe it if he said he came just to meet her. Lucy, getting angry, responded that no one would believe him because it looked like he had come only to see her bathing. She quickly got dressed. Yoon apologized and explained that he followed a man and thought that man had entered this room. Lucy asked if that was truly the case. Yoon said if she didn't believe him, he could explain everything to her father. Lucy stopped him and told him that if he stepped out of the room now, everyone would misunderstand the situation. So, there was no need to explain anything to anyone. She told him to leave through the window, and he quietly did. The next day, the music class was held in class hello. The teacher asked Lucy to show her talent first and requested her to play a musical instrument, but Lucy didn't know how to play any instruments, so she played the violin poorly. She admitted that she couldn't play any instrument but offered to sing instead. She then started singing. While she sang beautifully, Yun heard her and remembered that Lucy's brother used to sing the same song. He came outside, saw Lucy singing, and started playing an instrument to accompany her melody. When Lucy finished her song, everyone praised her and said her voice was wonderful. As Yoon was leaving, Lucy approached him and asked where he learned to play that tune. Yoon told her he randomly played the melody after hearing her sing. Lucy asked him if he knew her brother, who also studied at the same college. Yoon denied knowing him. Lucy questioned that if he really didn't know her brother, then how did he know the exact tune her brother used to play only for her? Yoon gave no reply and walked away, which made Lucy suspicious that he was hiding something. After that, Lucy went to the college archive to find out who studied with her brother and whether Yoon recognized his voice. She checked the record book, which listed all the students who studied alongside her brother. But one name was missing. Someone had deliberately cut it out. This made Lucy wonder if Yoon was that missing name. She thought that if Yoon really was her brother's classmate, then why did he lie? Just then Yoon arrived and caught her. He told her that entering the archive without permission was against the rules, and that the teachers could expel her. But since no teacher was around, he said he would forgive her this time. As punishment though, she had to memorize all the college rules. Again, Lucy asked Yoon if he knew her brother. This time, Yoon admitted that he was in the same class as her brother, but claimed they were not close. Lucy didn't believe him, thinking that someone who knew the special tune must know her brother well. After class, when Zhao was heading home, Jenny appeared and reminded Lucy of their bet, that if she failed to give Yoon her pouch, she would lose. Lucy went home and asked her maid Leon to find out what kind of food Yoon liked. The next day, Lucy cooked food for him in the kitchen to impress him and make him accept her pouch. Later, she brought the food to him and asked him to eat, but he refused. So, Lucy ate it herself. Because of the food, she felt dizzy and lost her senses. She started behaving strangely in front of Yoon, which confused and annoyed him. Then, suddenly she kissed him, shocking him completely. Since she was unconscious, Yoon asked Wong to take her home. Later they discovered that someone had mixed something into Lucy's food, which caused her condition. Yoon informed that poison had spread in her body, but when the food was tested, no poison was detected. Yoon asked about Lucy's condition, and Wong told him that she still hadn't regained consciousness. There was only one doctor in the city who could save her, but that doctor had recently left town. Yoon and Wong rushed to bring him back. Fortunately, the doctor wasn't too far away and returned with them. He began Lucy's treatment. Yoon was extremely worried, and hoped nothing bad happened to her. The next day, Yoon was talking to his friend, a prosecutor. They were trying to figure out who poisoned Lucy, and why no poison was detected. Yoon remained at Lucy's house. Although she was no longer in danger, she still hadn't woken up. Some time passed and finally Lucy regained consciousness. Seeing Yoon sitting next to her, she was surprised. Yoon explained everything, what had happened to her, why she fell sick, and that no one had yet identified the person responsible. Lucy said that once she recovered, she would help him with the investigation. She told him not to come to college for a few days and focus on his health. The next day, Lucy, now feeling better, went to college. She wanted to find out who had mixed poison in her food. First, she secretly went to the college's cold storage to collect a food sample that could help her identify the poison. Upon reaching, she discovered that Yoon had also come there. When the guards saw the open door, they entered and locked it from outside, unaware that people were inside. Yoon got angry, knowing Lucy wasn't fully recovered and still came here. Both of them were there to collect the same food sample. The two of them were able to find what they were looking for, but since the door was shut, they got trapped inside. Meanwhile, Leon feared that if her father came to know about it, he would be extremely angry. Around that time, Zhao came to meet Lucy but discovered that she wasn't there. He also got to know that Lucy took the college uniform with her, which led him to conclude that she must have gone to Imperial College. Inside the cold storage, both Lucy and Yoon began feeling extremely cold. Yoon then told her that once they got out of there, he would introduce her to the person she was searching for, White. In response, Lucy said that if he really cared about her, then he should please accept her pouch. Yoon questioned how she could even bring that up in such a situation, but still said that if they made it out alive, he would think about it. While they remained trapped inside, they had many conversations, and a few moments came when their heartbeats raced. Yoon kept recalling the moment he kissed her, but made efforts to control himself. After spending 2 hours in the cold storage, Wang arrived and rescued them, as Yoon had already instructed that if he didn't return within 2 hours, someone should come looking for him. Lucy's limbs turned numb because of the cold, and she was unable to walk. So Yoon picked her up and carried her. Lucy asked him when he would introduce her to White, and Yoon told her that he only said that to keep her spirits high so she could survive. That he didn't actually know who White was. Regarding the pouch, he never promised to accept it, only that he would consider it. Listening to all this made Lucy very angry with Yoon. Later, when Yoon picked her to drop them home, Zhao arrived and took Lucy away instead. That night, Lucy dreamt of the moment she kissed Yoon. She thought it was just a dream, and kept wondering why she dreamt something like that, not realizing that it actually happened in reality. The next day was the last day of the bet, so she made up her mind to give one final attempt to get Yoon to accept her pouch. But she came to know that Yoon had left the city, which saddened her deeply. Since she lost the bet, she now had to perform on stage during the Lantern Festival to entertain the audience. She tried to play a musical instrument but did so poorly that the audience began laughing. Zhao couldn't bear to see that and stepped onto the stage to defend her, which didn't sit well with Jenny. Zhao told everyone that was a very good singer. Then Lucy started singing and Yoon accompanied her by playing the musical instrument. She sang so beautifully that the crowd showered her with praise. After the performance, Lucy went to Zhao and he told her not to get too happy just because the deputy helped her, because he only did it to impress his future wife by playing the instrument. The girl talking to Yoon was Suzy and she was his future wife. Meanwhile, during the festival, a man tried to poison the food meant for the masters. He got caught and tried to escape. Lucy ran after him and nearly caught him, but he attacked her with a knife. Yoon arrived just in time and saved her, though the man managed to escape. A little later, Suzy showed up and asked both of them whether they were okay. Lucy and Suzy spoke for a long time, during which Lucy discovered that Suzy used to meet her brother and knew him well. Suzy tried to share more, but Yoon interrupted and told Lucy that it wasn't safe to stay there and that she should go home. The next day, Lucy went shopping with her maid Leon and ran into Suzy, who was also shopping. They had a long conversation, and when Lucy asked her about her brother, Suzy suggested they continue the talk at her place. Lucy went to Suzy's house and was surprised to see Yoon there too. Some of her brother's friends were also present, and they all shared memories of her brother. When she asked about White, none of them knew who that was. Because only her brother used to call someone by that name, so no one was aware of White's real identity. They all chatted and drank together. Lucy pretended to be heavily drunk, so Yoon offered to drop her home. On the way, she somehow got Yoon to confess that he was White. She was shocked and became very angry, asking him why he'd never told her the truth. At that moment, things became awkward, and both of them felt uncomfortable, their heartbeats racing. Yoon asked her not to tell anyone about his identity as White, saying it wouldn't be good for him. The following day, Lucy learned that Suzy was very skilled at playing musical instruments. Feeling inspired, she decided to learn them as well. Zhao took her to a lady who could teach her. After some time there, he was about to leave but remembered he still had something to ask the lady, so he stayed. While returning alone, some men attacked Lucy. She fought them bravely but got injured. Suddenly, a mysterious man appeared and saved her, defeating the attackers with ease. When Lucy asked for his name, he left without saying anything. Lucy returned home injured, which deeply worried her father. He applied medicine and bandaged her wounds. Her father said there should be an investigation to find out who attacked her. The next day, Yoon visited Lucy. She pretended to be okay, though she was struggling to walk. Yoon informed her that an investigation was ongoing to find the attackers and advised her to come to college only after fully recovering. Lucy told Yoon about the man who saved her and asked him to investigate further. As she described how he fought the attackers, her leg started hurting again. Yoon unwrapped the bandage, applied medicine, and wrapped it again. Since Lucy wouldn't be coming to college for a while, Yoon left her a lot of homework and departed. The next day, Lucy went to college and met all her classmates. They chatted a lot. Just then Yoon arrived and the students scattered. He scolded Lucy harshly for coming to college before fully recovering. While Lucy was studying in class, Yoon kept watching her from outside, which made her feel extremely uneasy. She started wondering why he was doing that. After college got over, Lucy was going to a restaurant to eat, but Yoon didn't let her go. He told her to go straight home, and even though she didn't want to, she thanked him and returned home. Her father also told her that until the investigation was complete, she wouldn't be allowed to go anywhere after coming back from college. But that night, Lucy secretly went to the place where she was attacked. She went there to find the man who had saved her. She couldn't find that man, but Yoon appeared there. He scolded her severely, saying she shouldn't be wandering outside alone so late at night. Lucy told him that she came there to look for the man who saved her because he was a great fighter. And she believed there was no better fighter in the city. Yoon told her not to waste her time looking for him. When Lucy insisted and said that if he was such a great fighter then she would try fighting him, Yoon caught her. Both of them ended up extremely close, which made their heartbeats race. Being so close made them feel uncomfortable, so Yoon let her go. She told him that she was looking for that man so she could learn martial arts from him. And if she learned it, she would be able to protect herself, and her father wouldn't have to worry about her. Yoon told her that if she continued behaving like that, no one would become her master and she would never be able to learn martial arts. Lucy replied that no matter what he said, she already accepted that man as her master and she would definitely find him. It got quite late, so Yoon didn't let Lucy go home alone and took her back himself. When Yoon dropped Lucy home, Wang saw them and commented that he had been observing him and noticed how much he had changed. He never used to talk to any girl, but now he always helped Lucy and cared for her deeply. Wang said it seemed like something was going on. Yoon told him not to talk nonsense and asked him to leave. The next day, when Lucy was going home after college, she ran into Suzy, and the two of them went to a restaurant to talk. Yoon saw them going in, followed them and sat in the room next to theirs. There, Suzy asked Lucy about the bet, and Lucy told her everything in detail from the beginning. Yoon was also listening to conversation. Suzy and Lucy started talking about Yoon, and Suzy praised him a lot, so Lucy asked her if she liked Deputy. Suzy said yes, which shocked Lucy. Lucy criticized Yoon heavily and told Suzy that the way she thought about Deputy, he wasn't like that at all. She said she didn't understand how someone like Suzy, who was beautiful, smart and intelligent, could like Yoon. According to her, he didn't deserve someone like Suzy, and if Suzy really wanted to marry him, she should think it through properly. After they finished eating and stepped outside, they saw Yoon, and both were shocked. Lucy asked him when he arrived, and Yoon told her that he had been there for quite some time, and that he was sitting in the room right next to theirs. Yoon was very angry because Lucy had spoken so badly about him. Looking at his face, Lucy realized he had heard everything. To escape the situation, Lucy quickly pretended that Suzy was her sister and ran away with her. Afterward, Yoon spoke to Suzy and clearly told her that he didn't like her, so it would be best if she forgot about him. Suzy replied that if that was the case, then she wanted to ask him something. What were his feelings for Lucy? Did he like her? Yoon said that Lucy was his student and also his friend's sister, and that was all. Suzy said she didn't think so. She pointed out how Yoon never used to talk to girls before, not even to her, even though they were friends. But ever since he met Lucy, he had completely changed. He always met her, talked to her and cared for her. After that, Yoon was sitting in his study room, smiling to himself, as he recalled moments spent with Lucy. Then he hit his own forehead and wondered if he was going mad or what he was even thinking. Just then, Wang came with tea, and Yoon said that he had a friend who kept thinking about a girl all the time. No matter how much he tried, he couldn't get her out of his head. That girl was very strange, but still, his friend wanted to be with her, wanted to keep her happy and always tried to help her. Wang said he thought Yoon had feelings for Lucy. Hearing this, Yoon got angry at Wang and told him he never said he was talking about himself and Lucy. Wang replied that he had been observing him for a long time and could see how much attention he gave Lucy every day. Yoon shouted at him to stop saying nonsense. He said he couldn't possibly like someone like her. She was naughty, strange, always got into trouble, and didn't even know what she wanted in life. She never stayed in discipline. He asked why he would ever like a girl like that. Wang sarcastically responded that he also wondered why Yoon liked her. Hearing that, Yoon got very angry and stormed off. The next day, when Lucy came to college, she asked Xiaoling for help in finding the man who saved her life. She described everything in detail: what clothes he was wearing, how tall he was, what he looked like, and much more. Xiaolin agreed to help her and told her not to worry and that he would find out who the man was. As promised, he did find out and told her where the man lived. When they reached the place, they found that the man was indeed the same one who had saved her. Lucy was very happy, and they also found out that the man was her uncle, which surprised them all. Lucy asked the master to teach her martial arts, but he refused. After many requests, the master gave Lucy a task and said that if she completed it, he would train her. Lucy started working on the task. Yoon also wanted her to learn martial arts so she could protect herself, so he helped her, and somehow, she completed the task. Now even Shaolin wanted to learn martial arts, but Master said he would only train one of them. To decide who would be his student, he gave both of them a task. The one who completed it would become his student, and the one who didn't could either go home or stay and serve him. If his heart changed, he might train the other one later. Both tried to complete the task, but Xiaoling succeeded. So Master accepted Xiaoling as his student. He then asked Lucy whether she wanted to go home or stay there and serve him. Lucy went off to sleep. The next day, when Xiaoling and Master went to meet Lucy, they found that she was not in her room, and her headband was also missing. Seeing all this, Master said that the girl had listened to her heart and taken her headband with her, returning home. At that moment, Yun expressed that Lucy must have gone, but he was completely sure she would return. The scene then shifted to Lucy, who was already back home and speaking with her father. He was telling him about the Master and explaining that she wanted to learn martial arts from him. Since Master lived in the mountains, she was planning to stay there for some time, and promised to return once she completed her martial arts training. Lucy's father knew Master, so he agreed. While the two of them were still talking, Xiao arrived. On hearing about Lucy's travel plans, he also came to know where she was going and offered to drop her there. But Lucy refused. After that, Lucy and Leon started their journey back to Master's place. On the way, night fell, and both of them carried their headbands, which helped them navigate. Just then, Zhou showed up again, and said he only followed her from home to ensure she reached safely without any danger. Zhou and his bodyguard also picked up headbands and insisted that he would drop her there and then return. When they reached the place, Zhao learned that Master was going to teach martial arts to Xiaoling, and Lucy would be required to perform household chores and serve Master in return. Zhao was about to leave Lucy there and go back, but upon noticing that Yun was also staying there, he decided to stay as well. Lucy asked him to return, but Zhao didn't listen. Master got angry with Zhao, but he managed to impress him with his politeness and obtained permission to stay. Yun told Lucy that Master loved two things the most: wine and good food. So if Lucy wished to impress him and learn martial arts, she would have to prepare delicious food for him. When Lucy went into the kitchen to cook for the Master, Zhou came to help her. Seeing this, Yun grew jealous and came to help her too. Knowing that neither of them had ever stepped into a kitchen before, Lucy doubted how helpful they could be. So she told them she didn't need their help and would do it all herself. But they didn't listen. Yun and Ya started a silent competition to prove who could help Lucy better, but both failed miserably and messed up the kitchen. This made Lucy furious, and she threw both of them out of the kitchen. Lucy prepared the food for the Master and he liked it very much. She succeeded in impressing him. She then promised that she would cook such meals every day if he agreed to teach her martial arts. Mike agreed, and from the next day he began Lucy's training. He instructed her on what she needed to do and left. However, Lucy couldn't understand anything. Just then, Yun came and started helping her. While training, they ended up getting very close and kept looking at each other, which didn't go unnoticed by Zhao. Not liking what he saw, Zhao interrupted and said he was going for a walk and asked if Lucy would like to join him. But Lucy refused, saying she needed to train. While wandering, Zhao found a cave, which reminded him of a time when he and Lucy had gotten stuck in a similar cave. Wanting to show this to Lucy, he instructed his bodyguard to bring her there but warned him not to let Yun or Leon know. Meanwhile, after training, Lucy was resting and speaking with Master. It was then that she learned that Yun had been secretly protecting her out of deep concern. That's why he wanted her to learn martial arts, so he wouldn't have to keep doing that. Hearing all this, Lucy became emotional and wondered why Yun never told her, despite helping her so much. She learned even more ways Yun had helped her, which left her even more surprised. A little later, Zhao's bodyguard arrived and told her that he wanted to show her something very important. She agreed to go with him, but Yun saw her leaving and followed her. When they reached the cave, it started raining. Yun also arrived there, and due to the rain, a landslide began. Many rocks started falling, but Yun managed to save Lucy. However, both of them got trapped inside the cave. The entrance was completely blocked by rocks and there was no way out. While saving Lucy, Yun injured his hand. Lucy tore a piece of his clothing and bandaged it. As the weather was very cold, Yun sat Lucy next to him and covered her with his own clothes. Lucy told him that she now understood how much he had helped her and thanked him. They spoke a lot inside the cave. Yun continued to care for her deeply, which made Lucy feel touched. After spending the entire night in the cave, Zhao and Wuling finally managed to rescue them with great effort. Yun worked very hard to bring Lucy out, but in the process, he injured his hand. Lucy took great care of him, which didn't sit well with Zhao. He fainted shortly after, which caused everyone to panic. But he pretended to be sick, and Lucy looked after him. But Zhao wasn't actually sick, he was just pretending. When he saw that Lucy noticed him, he began acting like his hand was broken due to the injury. Seeing this, Lucy became very worried, and took even more care of him. She made soup for him, which didn't go unnoticed by Yoon. Feeling jealous, Yoon grew angry and accidentally revealed that he had been pretending all along. Lucy was shocked and said, "So you were faking it?" Afterward, Lucy was seen sitting alone in her room, thinking about him and wondering why he acted that way. She was sitting outside when Yoon came and sat beside her. There, he realized how much Lucy cared about him. How worried she became when she thought his hand was broken. These things revealed how much she actually cared for him. The next day Zhao left because he had some very important work. Meanwhile Yoon focused deeply on his training. While he was giving training in one place, a man suddenly appeared and attacked him. While fighting, Yoon got slightly injured, but by observing the man's combat style he figured out that it was none other than his uncle, Master. Lucy didn't recognize him, so she distracted Master and ran away with Yoon, hiding at a nearby spot. Yoon didn't tell Lucy that the man was actually Master and pretended in front of her that he was badly hurt. Mike noticed both of them together and seeing how close they were, decided not to disturb them and quietly left from there. Yoon and Lucy were sitting very close to each other and things reached a point where they almost kissed by accident. But it didn't happen. Both of them began feeling quite uncomfortable, so they stepped outside. Lucy apologized and said that whatever happened between them shouldn't have happened, while Yoon replied that it was fine, and anyway, it wasn't her first time. Hearing this, Lucy was shocked, and asked if that meant it wasn't a dream and she had actually kissed him. Yoon told her not to overthink it and reminded her that she wasn't even conscious at the time, so it didn't really mean anything. Lucy agreed with him and said he was right, they didn't need to take it seriously, and smiling she walked away. But Yoon had already taken the kiss seriously. When Yoon and Lucy returned, they saw Master hitting Shaolin. Lucy immediately realized that it was the Master who attacked them earlier and asked him why he did that. The Master explained that he only wanted to test how much martial arts Lucy had learned, but instead of fighting, she ran away. Both of them looked at each other and smiled again. Now that both Lucy and Yoon were being trained by a master in martial arts, eventually their training ended and everyone returned home. Lucy's father welcomed her warmly when she came back. Since college was still on break, he imposed restrictions on her going outside. He told her that she couldn't go out without his permission because whenever she did, some kind of trouble followed. 3 days later, Susie stepped out of her house because her birthday was the next day. She had sent an invitation to Lucy as well. Lucy, after taking her father's permission, went out to buy a gift for Susie. The next day, Lucy came to Susie's house because she was throwing a birthday party at home. Yoon was also there. When Yoon and Lucy saw each other, they smiled. After some time, when everyone was giving gifts to Susie, Lucy gave her a very nice gift, but Yoon gave her the most expensive one, a musical instrument. Seeing this, some people at the party started gossiping that Yoon liked Susie and that he was going to be her future husband, which is why he gave her such an expensive gift. Hearing all this, Lucy didn't feel good and quietly walked out. Yoon saw her leaving and didn't feel good either. Susie told Yoon that since he gave her the musical instrument they could play it together. Yoon replied that he gave it to her in the hope that she would soon find her soulmate, and if he played it with her now she might take it the wrong way. He reminded her that they grew up together, were close friends, and he only saw her as a friend, nothing more. He once again made it clear to Susie that there was nothing between them and walked away. Susie felt disheartened again, and now everyone else at the party also understood that Yoon didn't like Susie and their marriage was not going to happen. Lucy was sitting outside when Yoon came and sat next to her. He noticed that she seemed very angry with him and walked away again. Jenny had also come to the party and said that Yoon didn't like anyone, which made Lucy feel happy because she had started liking him but wasn't sure whether he liked her back. She shared this with her friend who advised her to directly ask Yoon if he liked her or not. Lucy decided to do just that. Soon, the college break ended and classes resumed. Teachers told the students that their exams would begin soon and that they should focus on studies and prepare well. After class, when Lucy was about to head home, she ran into Yoon. She wanted to ask him if he liked her because she liked him, and she was just about to ask when Shaolin came and informed Yoon that a teacher had some urgent work with him, so Yoon left. The next day, Yoon came to the restaurant to meet Susie because he had earlier asked her to find out who mixed poison in Lucy's food. Susie had investigated and told him everything in detail. After she finished explaining and was about to leave, Lucy entered the restaurant for lunch. Seeing Susie with Yun made Lucy feel extremely jealous. At the same time, Lucy had come with Zhao for lunch, and seeing that made Yun feel very jealous as well. The next day at college, Lucy was studying something that the teacher had asked her to memorize, but it was too difficult. Just then, Yun arrived and offered to explain it to her in private. This made Lucy very happy. But right then, Joe appeared and said, "Deputy is a very busy man, there's no need to trouble him. I'll help you study," and he took Lucy away. After class, Yun wanted to drop Lucy home, but Joe didn't allow it. He took her home himself, which made Yun feel jealous again. Later the students were informed that they would be going on a field trip to the mountains to learn how tea plantation works. All the students were excited, because this trip would involve practical work only and no studying. The next day the students started walking to the destination since it wasn't very far. While they were walking, Lucy slipped and twisted her ankle, so she couldn't walk. Zhao offered to carry her on his back, but Yun didn't like it, so he suddenly lifted her in his arms and said that it was the teacher's responsibility to take care of students. Seeing this, Zhao felt jealous, but Lucy was very happy that Yun was the one carrying her. After some time, all the students reached their destination. They were going to stay there for several days, so arrangements had already been made. Since Lucy was a girl, she was given a separate room. Yun already knew that Zhao would try to meet her at night, so he announced that no one was allowed to enter anyone's room at night, and if anyone was caught they would be punished. Yun informed Zhou that he would be staying in the same room as him. Zhao was shocked and tried to change rooms, but no one agreed because no one wanted to share a room with the deputy. From the next day, everyone started learning how tea plantations work. That night, Yun went out for a walk, and Lucy also came out because neither of them could sleep. They were talking when Zhao also showed up, saying he couldn't sleep either. It was already very late, so all of them went back to sleep. They all were staying there for several days, and during that time, it often seemed that romantic moments were forming between Yun and Lucy. During the trip, Lucy kept trying to tell Yun that she liked him, but every time something or someone interrupted her. But when they returned from the trip, they ended up at a place where no one could disturb them. It was there that Lucy confessed her feelings, and it became clear to her that Yun liked her too, which made her extremely happy. Yun told her that when she graduated from college he would marry her, so until graduation they both decided to keep it a secret that they liked each other. The next day, Lucy reached college quite early, before any other student came. Yun was already outside, and seeing him made Lucy so happy that she ran to hug him. But just then Shaolin came to college, so they couldn't hug. Both of them looked quite awkward, which made Shaolin suspect that something was going on between them. In college, Lucy and Yun started behaving normally, just like before, so no one would find out about them. Yun began acting very strict towards Lucy in front of everyone. For even her smallest mistakes he kept giving her punishments, which frustrated her a lot. Eventually she came to confront him and scolded him for punishing her all the time. She told him that he shouldn't treat her like that. They were both talking to each other and were quite close when suddenly a teacher showed up. To cover the situation, Yun slapped Lucy and pretended to get angry at her. The teacher said that if Lucy made a mistake, Yun should talk to her and explain it. It was not right to raise a hand on a student. He said that he knew Yun well and that he normally would never do something like that. He assumed Lucy must have made a serious mistake, but still asked Yun to calm down and forgive her this time. He also advised Lucy not to trouble Yun again. After saying what he came for, the teacher left. Lucy became very angry because Yun slapped her, but Yun somehow managed to calm her down. Later that night, the two of them decided to secretly meet. Lucy told Yun to make a cat sound as a signal when he came so she could sneak out. That night, Yun arrived and made the cat sound. Lucy was sneaking out when her father suddenly appeared. Hearing the cat noise had woken him up, and he came out thinking a cat was making trouble. Lucy, hiding, pretended to her father that she too had come to chase the cat away. Then she whispered to Yun that because her father was awake she wouldn't be able to go with him that night. The next day, Lucy went to her brother's grave. Not long after, Yun also came there. He told her many things about her brother, and Lucy also talked to her brother about her relationship. That night, Yun and Lucy went to eat at a place where Lucy asked if he was sure no one would recognize them. Yun assured her that young masters and noble ladies never came to that area, only common people. They ate together and talked about many things, but when the time came to pay the bill, they realized they didn't have any money. Yun usually paid bills monthly at the restaurants he went to, and Lucy was always accompanied by Leon, who paid for everything. So neither of them brought any money. They started to panic about what to do. Yun asked the shopkeeper if he knew them, but it turned out the owner didn't recognize either of them, so they both ran away without paying the bill. Afterward, they went to watch fireworks. Lucy was enjoying it a lot. Yoon said he would bring drinks and go, but he didn't say it clearly. Lucy was so lost in watching the fireworks that she didn't hear anything. When she didn't see Yoon beside her, she got worried. When Yoon returned, she hugged him and asked where he went. Yoon apologized and promised never to do such a thing again. That day, they visited many places together and had a lot of fun. The next day at college, the grand tutor came to give lectures in place of Yoon. The students didn't like it, so they tried to annoy the grand tutor collectively. Yoon also indirectly helped the students make fun of him. The grand tutor got offended and left angrily. Feeling humiliated, he complained to the king, who removed Yoon from his position as deputy dean. This shocked the students. Yoon then pretended to be devastated and started acting like a drunkard so that people wouldn't take him seriously, as he was secretly investigating a criminal organization. This way, even if the criminals saw him, they wouldn't suspect anything. Lucy, who arrived at the restaurant, had found out many details about the secret organization. She also learned where the organization's people might be and that Yoon was investigating them. She feared that if Yoon crossed paths with them today, they might kill him. Realizing Yoon might be in danger, she tried to reach him. Zhao also arrived, and Lucy explained to him that Yoon's life was in danger. The two of them rushed to find Yoon. Meanwhile, some guards were escorting a prisoner when they were attacked by men from the organization. The prisoner was once one of them and might reveal secrets, so they wanted to eliminate him. Yoon arrived just then and started fighting those men, however he got injured. The attackers escaped with the prisoner. Lucy and Wang took Yoon to a doctor. After some days, Yoon recovered completely and returned to the Imperial College, though he was no longer the deputy dean. All the students were happy to see him well. Zhao noticed Yoon and Lucy being close and became jealous. He went straight to Lucy's father and told him that he liked Lucy and wanted to marry her after graduation. Her father was shocked and gave no reply. The students disliked that Yoon was dismissed from the position, so they planned to bring him back. Their plan worked, and Yoon became deputy dean again. But the king gave one condition: if more students passed their exams this year than last year, Yoon could remain deputy dean. If not, he would be removed again. Yoon returned to the college and told all students about the condition. With only a month until final exams, he started making everyone study hard. All the students worked intensely. After the month passed, they gave their exams. Lucy told Yoon that her exams went really well, which made him happy. When results came, Jiao ranked first. Lucy and Shaolin also passed, and many others did too. Leon informed Lucy's father, who was overjoyed and proud of her. This news also made Yoon very happy. Since more students passed this year than the previous one, the king gave Yoon the choice to remain deputy dean, and he decided to continue. Now that Lucy had graduated, Yoon went to her father again to ask for her hand in marriage. Though he opposed it at first, Yoon managed to convince him. After thorough investigation, Yoon finally discovered who was behind the secret organization. Everyone involved was arrested. When Lucy learned that Zhao was part of the organization, she became very sad, as he was her best friend. But with the organization destroyed and justice served, Lucy and Yoon got married. And that's how this drama came to a happy ending.